morning/afternoon/evening, everyone. You ever notice how the biggest opportunities in life don't just drop into our laps? They show up in disguise, sometimes as obstacles, sometimes as tests, and sometimes as pure chaos. But make no mistake, when something big is coming your way, you will see the signs. You just have to know how to recognize them. You ever had that moment where life feels like it's pulling you in every direction, testing every bit of patience, endurance, and strength you've got? It's like you're being stretched so thin that you wonder how much more you can take. Maybe it's a job that keeps demanding more without giving back. Maybe it's a dream that feels just out of reach no matter how hard you push. Maybe it's a season in life where everything is shifting and you're stuck wondering when the pressure will finally ease up. Here's the truth. The stretch always comes before the breakthrough. Think about it. Every major transformation, every leap forward, every incredible success story has a moment of tension before the victory. Look at athletes. Before they set a personal record, they push through grueling training sessions, aching muscles, and moments of doubt. Look at entrepreneurs. Before their business takes off, they go through setbacks, financial risks, and failures that test their belief in their own vision. Even nature understands this. A seed doesn't just casually sprout into a tree. It first has to break through the ground, fighting against the very thing that was covering it. But the thing is, most people misread the stretch. They see the struggle and assume something is going wrong. They think, maybe this isn't meant for me, or maybe I should quit before I get in too deep. They see resistance as a roadblock instead of recognizing it as a launch pad. The moment when you feel like you're about to break, that's the moment when your breakthrough is the closest. The stretch is uncomfortable. It forces you out of what's familiar. It makes you question whether you've got what it takes, and that's exactly why it's necessary. Because growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. Strength isn't built in ease. If you feel like life is testing every bit of your patience, resilience, and grit, don't pull back. Lean in. The pressure isn't there to crush you. It's there to prepare you. The stretch is the final test before everything shifts in your favor. So when you find yourself in that moment, the moment where everything feels just a little too much, where you're tempted to step back or settle, remind yourself of this. The stretch is proof that something big is ahead. Stay in it. Keep pushing. Because right on the other side of this discomfort is the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Rejection stings. There's no sugarcoating it. Whether it's a job you didn't get, a relationship that didn't work out, or an opportunity that slipped through your fingers, rejection can feel personal, like a direct hit to your worth. It can make you question yourself, your abilities, and even your dreams. But what if rejection isn't a stop sign? What if it's a detour, a way of guiding you towards something even better? Think about it. How many times in your life have you wanted something so badly, only to realize later that not getting it was the best thing that could have happened? Maybe you didn't land the job you were desperate for, but months later, a better one that aligned perfectly with your skills and values, came along. Maybe you fought to keep a relationship that ultimately wasn't meant for you, only to later meet someone who truly valued and understood you. Maybe you were set on one specific path, but life had bigger plans, ones you wouldn't have discovered if you hadn't been forced to pivot. Rejection doesn't mean you're not good enough. It doesn't mean you failed. It simply means that particular door wasn't yours to walk through. And that's not a bad thing, because the wrong doors lead to dead ends. The wrong opportunities drain your energy. The wrong people hold you back. Rejection is life's way of clearing space, of making sure you don't settle for less than what you truly deserve. Some of the most successful people in the world faced rejection repeatedly. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Walt Disney was fired for lacking imagination. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. Imagine if they had let rejection define them. Imagine if they had accepted someone else's no as the final word on their destiny. But here's what they understood. Rejection isn't the end of the road. It's just a redirection, a course correction. A moment where life is saying, not here, not this, but trust me, something better is ahead. And the only way you miss it is if you give up too soon. So the next time rejection comes knocking, don't let it shake your confidence. Don't let it make you doubt your worth. Instead, see it for what it really is, a necessary step on the way to something greater. Because the doors that close aren't meant to keep you out. They're meant to point you toward the doors that are truly meant for you. Keep moving, keep believing. Your redirection is leading you to something incredible. Pressure has a way of exposing what we're truly made of. It's easy to be confident when everything is going smoothly, when the path is clear and when life feels predictable. But when the heat turns up, when the deadlines are closing in, when the obstacles start stacking up, that's when you find out who you really are. Think about the most valuable things in this world: diamonds, gold, steel. None of them come easy. Diamonds don't form in comfort, they form under extreme heat and pressure. Gold doesn't shine the moment it's pulled from the earth. It has to go through fire to be refined. Steel doesn't become strong without being hammered and shaped, and the same is true for us. The moments that challenge us, that push us to our limits, that make us feel like we might break, those are the moments that are making us stronger. Pressure is a test, but it's also a teacher. It teaches you how to adapt. It forces you to dig deep and find strength you didn't even know you had. It reveals your potential in a way that comfort never could. Think about the people who have achieved great things. Athletes, leaders, innovators, artists. None of them got there without facing intense pressure. The difference between those who rise and those who fall isn't the presence of pressure, it's how they respond to it. Some people let pressure crush them. They see adversity as a reason to quit. They back down the moment things get tough. But others, they embrace it. They lean into the challenge. They understand that pressure isn't there to destroy them, it's there to shape them into something greater. Have you ever noticed how some of the most inspiring success stories come from people who had their backs against the wall? People who faced rejection, failure, setbacks. But instead of breaking, they found a new level of resilience. That's what pressure does. It forces you to rise. It forces you to evolve. And sometimes it forces you to take risks you never would have taken if everything had been easy. So if you're feeling the weight of pressure right now, don't panic. Don't assume something is wrong. Instead, recognize it for what it is. A sign that something bigger is being demanded of you. A sign that you are stepping into a new level of strength, discipline, and perseverance. Pressure isn't comfortable, but it's necessary. Because in the end, the things that challenge us the most are the very things that transform us. You don't grow in the easy moments. You grow in the fire. You grow when the pressure is on. And when you come out on the other side, you'll realize that the power was in you all along. It just took the pressure to reveal it. Life has a way of throwing curveballs when we least expect them. One moment, everything seems to be going according to plan, and the next, things shift in a way we never saw coming. A job you thought was secure is suddenly gone. A relationship you thought would last forever unexpectedly ends. An opportunity you were counting on vanishes before your eyes. And in that moment, it's easy to feel like the ground beneath you has disappeared. It's easy to think, why is this happening to me? Or what did I do wrong? But what if the change isn't a setback? What if it's a setup for something better? Think about the times in your life when things didn't go as planned. Maybe you were forced to leave a situation you were comfortable in, and at the time it felt like a loss. But looking back, wasn't that the moment that led you to something greater? Wasn't that the shift that pushed you into a new level of growth, a better opportunity, a stronger version of yourself? The truth is, the unexpected changes in life aren't meant to break you. They're meant to move you. They shake things up so you don't stay stuck in places that are too small for your potential. They redirect you when you've settled for less than what you deserve. They push you to evolve when you might have otherwise stayed in your comfort zone. Some of the biggest success stories started with an unexpected change. Steve Jobs was fired from Apple, the very company he co-founded. At the time, it seemed like a devastating failure. But that season of his life led him to create new ideas, new innovations, and eventually return to Apple stronger than ever. Oprah Winfrey was fired from her first television job, told she wasn't good enough for the industry. But that rejection redirected her to a path that made her one of the most influential people in the world. These stories aren't unique. They prove a simple truth. When life shifts unexpectedly, it's not the end of the story, it's the beginning of something new. The key is how you respond. You can see change as a reason to give up, to doubt yourself, to fear what's ahead. Or you can see it as a signal that something greater is on the horizon. When doors close, it's because they weren't meant for you. When plans fall apart, it's because they were too small for what's coming. When people walk away, it's because their part in your journey is over. Every unexpected change is making space for something better, something you might not even be able to see yet. So instead of fearing change, embrace it. Instead of resisting it, trust it. What feels like a disruption is actually a divine setup. The chapter you thought was the best part of your story, it was just the introduction. The real breakthrough is on the other side of this shift. Keep moving forward, because life isn't taking something from you, it's making room for what's next. Stepping into the next level of your life isn't just about working harder or waiting for the right opportunity to show up. It's about transforming the way you think, because the truth is, you will never rise higher than the level of your mindset. No matter how much potential you have, no matter how many doors open for you, if your mindset isn't prepared for what's ahead, you won't be able to sustain the success that comes your way. Everything you have in your life right now, the results you see, the progress you've made, even the challenges you face, is a reflection of your current way of thinking, your habits, your daily choices, your willingness to take risks or stay in your comfort zone. All of it comes from the beliefs you hold about yourself and what you think is possible for you. If you want to elevate your life, you have to elevate your mind first. That's why so many people stay stuck. They dream about success, they hope for a better future, but they try to step into something new while holding onto an old way of thinking. They want the rewards of growth without the discomfort of change. They want the benefits of a higher level without developing the discipline, the resilience, and the perspective required to sustain it. And that's why so many people self-sabotage when they finally get an opportunity. Their mindset is still operating at the level they were at before, and they struggle to handle the responsibility, the pressure, or the expectations that come with the next level. Think about this. Have you ever heard stories of lottery winners who go broke within a few years? It's not because they didn't have enough money. It's because they didn't have the mindset to manage it. The same happens with people who land their dream job but struggle to keep up because they never develop the work ethic or skills required to thrive in that position. Or people who enter great relationships but carry the same insecurities and fears that sabotage their happiness. Your next level isn't just about external success. It's about internal transformation. It's about shifting from a mindset of fear to a mindset of faith, from a mindset of limitation to a mindset of abundance, from seeing problems as obstacles to seeing them as opportunities. You cannot take old habits, old excuses, or old patterns into your future and expect to thrive. What got you here won't get you there. So what does a next level mindset look like? It looks like discipline when motivation runs out. It looks like confidence even when you don't have all the answers. It looks like resilience when setbacks try to shake you. It looks like stepping into rooms where you feel uncomfortable because you know that's where you grow. It looks like taking responsibility for your life instead of blaming circumstance. The reality is, elevation comes with preparation. If you want something bigger, you have to become someone who can handle bigger. You have to stretch your thinking, challenge your own limitations, and embrace the discomfort that comes with growth. Because the only thing standing between you and your next level isn't your background, your resources, or even your talent. It's your mindset. When you change that, everything else follows. So let me ask you, are you ready for the big thing that's coming? Because it's not a question of if it's coming, it's already on the way. Your only job, recognize the signs, embrace the stretch, and step into the person you were always meant to be. Your moment is coming. The only question is, will you be ready for it? Thank you.